Where's this balloon at that you have targeted? You have a wolf balloon targeted, I don't see it.
Oh, it's right here.
Obviously.
It's like right next to you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now it is.
I didn't even realize I had it targeted.
It's a little unfair that I'll never not care about you.
Oh, we have to get 90 Dark Fair Moon tickets to get it.
Gotcha.
Get what?
It's a wolf balloon.
Oh.
Oh, you get a horse balloon too.
Does it do anything special?
Looks cool.
It just looks like a balloon.
That's not Raptor.
We're inside. I can't go travel form in there.
Yeah, you get a Murloc, you can get a wolf, and a horse. Offer 90 Dark Fair Moon tickets, so we have to wait till next month.
Sorry, Pillow, I had to.
That's okay. I'm used to being let down.
I am well known for letting people down.
That's why at my funeral, I want you to be one of the people who, like, you know,
Lower your casket.
lowers me so I can be let
pallbearer?
down one last time.
Just let the raid lower my casket one last time.
Pillow's name is Paul?
Paul Bear. It's actually my dad. My brother's the Undertaker and Kane. You guys are probably too young to know who those people are.
What do you mean? Stone Cold Steve Austin? The Rock?
I know The Rock.
Triple H?
Heck yeah.
Was it the
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels? There's the Generation X. I forgot who the guy who does the Bronco Buster.
But I know.
Oh,
I
you're
know
thinking
The
of
Rock.
X-Pac.
I do know The Rock.
The Hardy Boys.
Yeah.
Oh, is that like Nancy Drew? Yeah, I know them.
You're just saying things now.
Hmm?
Yeah, Triple H definitely played the best heel character.
What?
It's a archetype in wrestling where you're considered the villain.
Yeah, you have babyface and then heel.
Wrestling? When did we start talking about wrestling?
What? Are you being serious?
What?
Okay.
He's lost.
Okay, Zoomer.
I've met Triple H quite a few times. He's from like our hometown in New Hampshire. Super nice guy, and just so incredibly physically intimidating in real life.
His wrestling card says he's from Huntsville.
He's from. He might be originally from Huntsville, but he lives in and around the southern New Hampshire area. I met McFoley a few times from Nashua.
Another delightful human being.
Wrestling's like one of those things that I'm like always surprised people actually watch.
There was a whole like generation where wrestling was like the thing.
Yep.
Same thing with sports too. I'm like, oh, people like that, right?
Crazy how everyone's different. I used
Yeah,
to be
I
a big
mean-
Kane guy. Always
Some
loved
people-
Kane.
Too bad he
Some
doesn't
people
read with
watch
us anymore.
sports.
I mean, if you
I
want
meant the
budget Kane,
wrestler,
I could
but
bring my
yeah.
Windwalker named Kane.
Yeah, I meant the wrestler, but you guys.
I always liked wrestling more than like traditional sports, just because like the added level of theatrics I found actually made it like more interesting to watch.
To be fair,
Well, it's
because-
acting, not
yeah.
sports.
That's how I feel about reality TV.
Coordinated acting.
It's pretty fucking good.
Until
Like, in terms
you,
of how well you have to act it, it's pretty intense.
well, other than the one, what is it? Hell in the
Doing
wait,
trash.
Hell in the Cage match or something with Mankind where he almost died.
Oh yeah, where Undertaker threw him off the very top.
Yeah, I don't think that was coordinated at all.
scripted but not executed properly. Maybe.
Fort and Int and buffs and stuff.
Like if you've ever watched their like wrestler stories or whatever, they would always talk about how Mick Foley would always be like, okay, so I want to do this to you. I'm gonna like glue a bunch of glass to my hand and punch you in the face like a bunch of times, and like they just like, no, we're not doing that.
There are a few people in the wrestling like world who took kayfabe as seriously as Mick did. Apparently, he is an absolute legend. A buddy of mine, an older, was a referee for WWE for a long time, and so he's got all sorts of crazy stories.
I can't even imagine those stories.
They're pretty nuts. And a buddy of mine, a good friend of mine, is actually one of the lawyers for the entertainment side of WWE now.
It's kind of crazy how a lot of the wrestling organization just kind of collapsed into one, and then there's like the smaller ones now.
Yeah, there's like TNA, which is garbage. Then AEW is actually pretty good.
I mean, there used to be like WCW, TNT, WWF, which later became WWE because of
Yep.
copyrights.
Yeah. Well, like I mean, now they have so many, so it's like WWE has 3, which Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, and then you've got Cody Rhodes, and then like kind of went off and did AEW.
It's like offshoots of the main thing.
It's just because if you were trying to run multiple independent organizations all vying for the same set of talent, it drives prices up pretty significantly, and the market can only sustain so many.
Yeah.
Having different offshoots of the same organization means that you don't have to worry too much. People can move back and forth between those and not like take massive increases.
Yeah,
Plus, you don't
that's
have to worry
true.
about like splitting viewership technically, since those are all segregated often by nights of the week.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a lot of the ROH guys like went off to New Japan, and then
Yep.
now they're back over here.
That's another crazy scene.
Did you ever like check out the Lucha Underground scene?
So, I have not, but it's like full disclosure. Like I am not a big wrestling nut myself. I love the culture that goes around it. It's super interesting to me, and there's
And the
always been a-
violence.
Yeah, so I spent a lot of time traveling to Japan for work in the past, and actually ate at a like little train stop curry place where the guy who owned the place was apparently one of the world's most famous mask makers for masked wrestling. He's like made Rey Mysterio's mask and all this stuff, and so there's pictures of him with all these famous like luchadors hanging up in his little like 10 by 10 curry stall. Effectively, it's real fucking surreal.
Nice.
Okay, let's move into rating. Spocket and Atterbury, I'm going to ask you guys to sit. I'm going to bring Sparky in. He was a little bit late. Yeah, I know, Spark. You're good. I'm pretty much out of 20 stat feasts. I don't know if we want to fire up an auction house mountain, buy a few. I don't have enough gold. I've used them all on pots to put in the guild bank, which you can grab.
Fine, just spoils it.
I have 18 staff food, which is fine.
What are we missing primarily as far as ingredients go? Anybody?
I'm not actually sure.
I have
What else?
120 stat feast on me, but I think that's all we'll need.
I'm buying.
Just glancing in the guild tab
Huge.
right now, it looks like we need everything.
Okay.
Oh,
I got a bunch.
Time to go meat farming. Meat and leather farming.
I expect to not have to use these tonight, though.
Heck yeah, that's the spirit. I dig it.
I have them, but
Yeah.
we're not going to need them.
So, I mean, obviously we wiped at 0% on this boss. I don't really need to do a depth review of what we need to do. We need to focus on soaks. I know that Slamson was mentioning holding CDs and popping them on the first set of skirms for himself. I don't want to get it to the point where we're wiping to shells in the second intermission, so let's try with having only him hold his wings for now. Maybe we could try with Salmon also doing that, but that I don't want to toe that line too closely. Yeah, other than that, we just have to, in the last phase, we just have to execute. As a friendly reminder, we are not soaking crystallizes in the last phase. One really key thing is Wicked Blades, especially with the tanking. So just as a brief demonstration, if Kal is here, we really want to try to avoid having Grishal closer to the Wicked Blades than Kal, because that increases our chances that the tanking Grishal hits our raid, obviously, right? But just everyone needs to kind of be aware while Wicked Blades are going out in the last phase as to not spread them onto the entire raid. If we can nail that down, should be a kill. The soaking in most of our pulls on the last phase was actually like really fucking solid. So no problems there. We are nuking the first set of skirmishers, and then we are ignoring the second set of skirmishers. So, and yeah, we had multiple pulls where the person with the first eruption just nuked the fuck out of our entire raid. So let's try to make sure we're getting that to the actual place that it goes.
Just to call out a couple small things too. We always tend to get like one or two like fudged attempts at the start because people just forget like super basic stuff. So obviously melee, be really cognizant of your positioning for Wicked Blades during phase 1, so we don't actually splash the raid. It sucks to like lose an attempt and stuff like that. During the cleanup of the commandos during intermission 2, when we do the big AoE burn, we've had ranged people who are supposed to be soaking accidentally getting those orbs. Just make sure you're backing up and letting the melee grab those and carry them. Stuff like that. Just try to remember all the little things we've learned over the last 220 attempts, and let's try to make sure attempts are nice and clean and we're not wiping to like the dumb shit. I'd rather wipe to like the phase 3 stuff that we're still kind of learning a little bit. We don't have a good excuse to wipe in anything with phase 3 at this point.
Just note. I think that looks right. That is right.
Does anyone have a spare oil?
I do, yes.
There's a bunch
There's
in the
lots,
guild bank
there's
as
lots
well.
in the guild bank as well.
I'm good, thanks.
Cool.
We need int, and Slam needs a food buff. A couple people need weapon buffs still.
We're good. Let's make our pulls count, friends.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Goliath is live. Wicked Blades at 5. Get out. Clear your blades. Wickets get out. We're on the second Goliath.
You hit Proctor?
Get out, and we're killing the skirms. Clear your blades. And we MB here.
Watch sauce.
Wickets, get out. Gonna be dispelling in a second here.
No.
Dispelling. Watch sauce.
Victorious.
Well, with blades first, sorry.
Bairden.
Get out.
Fly,
Get ready to
grab
grab
me.
proc. Yeah. Grab proc champ.
Fly, please.
Okay, we're done. Unlucky. Get him up.
Slamson.
I'm dispelling habit.
Whale.
Dispelling myself.
Some missed taunt, sorry.
Free link.
Try to grab the commando.
Spike range.
We're gonna have wicked blades in a sec. We got it done.
Salmon.
Salmon.
Last one, by the way.
We can dunk before. We can dunk before. After this wickets though. It might be wickets first. Yeah, we can't dunk.
Yeah.
It's another shell.
First
We
shell,
pushed
yeah.
another one. Yeah, we wiped because we pushed an extra ad. Okay. Too much big PP. Gonna let me use the soul stone even after they reset. Okay, game.
I'll put my feast down.
Oh, I'm already dropping mine.
Okay.
Never mind.
I'll let you do the next one that we're not going to need.
Right.
I think people just pushed an extra ad because we had a sauce that kind of sat on the ground for a little bit. But
And it was like borderline, like it was just above 30-ish% when we went into the shield before that. So generally, if they're that low, there's generally dots on them, and that's what ends up pushing them down.
yeah, it's fine. We just need to still kill the shield and do the wicked blades.
Yeah, if I see one getting close like that, I'll call it.
Can we get in?
We're ready. We're on live. Wicked Blades in 5. Yep.
I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah, I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Mainstream.
Clear Blades.
Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah.
We're on Goliath again.
I'm going mainstream. Damn. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Woo. I'm going mainstream.
Maybe Pro Champ.
Wicked Blades. Coming up. Clear your blades. We're already pushed. Pretty fast. Care sauce.
What sauce? Spelling them. Watch the sauce.
Make sure you get in the link at some point. Sauce. Sauce. Big care here.
Lie. Notorious.
Cryptrians.
Lie again.
Care lie, you might have to pop a Hellstone or something.
I got a defensive one.
Free link.
Spelling myself.
Meriden.
Spelling habit.
Spelling spark.
Salmon.
This last roll.
We can dunk right away once we kill this one after this Wicked Blades. Yeah, we can dunk.
Enemy Pro Champ.
Last clear blades. Wickets. We're on Goliath. And we're stacking. Come up.
Enemy Pro Champ.
Clear our bleeds and do eruption. Okay. Clear your bleeds. Stack.
Right.
It's gonna be a little scuffed here. We can get him up. On Goliath Pig. Okay. What the fuck is killing our raiders? Keep going for now. Stack. Kill the Goliath, do Wicked Blades. Good link. Gonna need to clear bleeds here. Care with the skirm push. Gonna need personals, for sure. Push Kushal. Nope. Awkward. Missed the push on the boss. We can keep going, I guess. Skirms and Goliath, AoE them.
Wait, you need to take him.
I'm bad. We wiped because of me. Yep. I didn't realize our first backup was also dead. Or they were both our first backups were soaking. Okay.
A call would have been helpful. I definitely would have been
It's fine. That's why we have the weak aura. It's my fault.
I did not realize I was taking it off of the main list.
Sorry?
I don't know if I don't have the right weak aura, but I
Didn't realize he would switch back
backups
to
on there.
Well,
Freelink, you're not on the backup list though.
yeah, you're on the main list.
No, I'm not saying I was supposed to see my name. I meant like I saw Habit on Diamond, but if he couldn't soak Diamond, then it should have been a different name, right?
Putting
It
down
was
my
mine.
piece.
That's why I said I'm bad. I wiped us. Because it was me that was supposed to be the backup on Diamond.
Right, and I'm saying that my weak aura did not show Lexitar. It
It's
showed
not gonna show you. It'll show the person
primary
who
weak
is.
aura never shows the backup.
Do you have both?
The backup weak individualized to only show up when you're backing up. The primary weak aura does not adjust.
So there are 2 weak auras for that weak aura.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was asking. Then I don't have that weak aura, and that's
Right.
You don't
but
really need it as a primary.
even if you have both of them, it doesn't adjust the primary weak aura to show who is backing up.
Which one's the backup?
Backup
Green
is
is the one you like?
the one that I have for alerts is what you need as a backup player. It also, even if you're not a backup player, it'll tell you what location to go to. So it'll tell you to star, circle, diamond, triangle.
Crins, I don't think you were primary soaking unless Desaya was not in the raid, which she is now. So
Yeah, I didn't realize it was taken off because I looked at it before the first poll and never looked at it again. And I saw the note from when I was soaking the first one.
did people even die to there? It actually was not clear to me.
So one was a seismic upheaval, Green's was an annihilation, Habit was a wicked blast, and Meriden got punched by a stone Goliath.
And I had 2 stacks of bleed and blinked into something without using a Hellstone.
Proud died to crystallize.
That was the first pull.
They all bleed together.
Stone Goliath. Wicked's in 5. Get out.
Everybody prod champ.
Clear your blades. Good push.
for sauce.
Wickets, get up.
Spelling.
Scare.
Uber
Wickets.
Well, I'm gonna need you to grip me.
for Link.
Rip Prog.
Koreans.
How lucky.
Lie. Salmon.
Spelling myself.
Battling Tenema.
Desire.
I got free link.
Slamson.
This is the last
Spelling
one.
revenge.
We can dunk right away. Koreans might just have to pop a cooldown to live.
I've already used them.
Okay, that's fine.
I got it.
Enemy pro champ.
You innervate me as well, Tenema. Clear bleeds. Cool. Corruption. Stack. Need to have a big bleed clear here. Eruptions get out. Yeah. Get them up. Wipe.
Right.
Were a lot of those double stack bleeds people had due to a blade splash, or was it just RNG jumps? So we had like 3 or 4 people at one point who had
There
double
was
stack.
no splash.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
We had one person who didn't clear on the first crystallize, and I
That's
got
awesome.
jumped right as I got with Wicked Blades.
Yeah, I missed the clear. That was my bad.
Yeah.
During the animation, I was just spamming Drain Life to save my life.
Precious feast.
Double feast. That means it's a kill.
Which one's Lux's?
The one on the left.
Oh, I need to stop being the right one then. I need Lux's Feast.
For
It's
good
not the
luck.
same.
I'm just so used to dropping feasts,
It's a hard habit to break once you've done it for so long.
Yeah.
It's made with more spite than anything.
Say the best flavoring is hatred.
Well, I mean, we're naturally going to have a few more Wicked Blades if we skip that Crystallize, but yeah, just a lot of people with 2 stacks because of multiple Wicked Blade hits, etc. Definitely a noticeable difference on that second Crystallize without the AMZ in the Grishal phase.
Yeah.
If people aren't topped or all our healers are soaking, we're generally dead.
Yeah, it was not helped by the fact that I had to soak or drop bleeds every single one, which meant that a spirit shell ramp literally every crystallized.
I think we might have Devo back up for that. Maybe it's worth firing off.
I can.
Yeah, I think it's probably worth. Berry Blades. We're on Goliath. Wickets.
Great prod champ.
Berry Blades. Key and Rami Terminal. We missed a few of the spells there. That sucks. Fine. Wickets, get out.
Sauce.
Dispelling.
Wickets, get out.
Spark.
Gary to grip habit.
Free Link. Artorias. Whale.
Spelling Uber.
Spelling Slamson.
Slamson. We'll have to also use a DPS.
Care. Slam you, Wicked Blades.
Yeah, I'm running out there.
Meriden.
Spelling Crane.
Spelling
Slamson.
Line.
Last one.
We should do this crystallize. We're absolutely getting trucked by Wicked Blades. It's gonna be Wicked Blades first anyways. We might have to kill one more, but just be careful now. We're soaking.
It's gonna be that one. It's at 34.
Wipe. blades out of the rain in 2 seconds. They're in our bleeds. On live.
Great project.
Blades are getting out.
Through the back streets, screaming like a heartbeat now. And if I could say it all over, wouldn't really matter. Damage is done now. I tried to tell you in my own words, messages of love that could never be heard. Could never be heard.
Sauce.
Wickets.
And the stars are open wide. Never seen them shining so bright.
Already spelling.
Going
watch
after the
for
sauce.
sauce.
It is.
And the stars are open wide. Just let me show you.
Spark.
Wickets.
Slamson.
Out. Meriden. Carry your grip Meriden. Grip Meriden.
Free link.
Don't know. You know me when you.
Desio.
I'm dispelling Mimios.
Playing Prog Champ.
Koreans.
Spelling revenge.
Last one. Slamson.
Spelling Salmon.
Stop the goose.
We can bunk. We can move. We gotta move. Grip Mazala maybe. Yeah, good shit.
Great project.
Make sure you clear your bleeds here. You have stacks. Kids, get out. And we stack. Kids, get out.
Great project.
Corruption. Clear your bleeds. That would be the one we want you to go on. Yeah,
Flips the East circle.
it's all good. Oh.
Readjusting.
It's all good. It's gonna be eruption. Stack. care. Pop Hellstones if you have to, or Wicked Blades. We got a lot. Play your blades. Seems barrier. Eruptions, get out. Boss is pushed, finish that last skirm. And start on Goliath.
Focus up.
Yep.
Is your grip up?
Yeah.
Alright, Habit, you should probably go with the crystallized person, and you grip Habit, I'll grip the crystallized target.
If it's not on you, for me.
Yeah, unless it's on one of us. In which case, don't do that.
Got him.
Wickeds, get out. Do not DPS, we're still doing another eruption. Yeah, Habit soak this.
Ubers, gotta dunk that.
Careful, don't dunk yet, you'll knock them off.
Clear.
Yeah.
That's 6.
DPS.
DPS. Wickeds.
Artorias. Slamson. Mirrodin.
So
Metrium.
this is Devo probably.
Salmon, just dunk.
So we'll do
Next
the
one.
next one.
Spark. We'll need two.
Kill
We need 2 more.
Wickeds.
I think we could kill this one before the.
Soak this. Soak this.
Let's go.
Good shit.
And then hold. I'll dunk.
Get them both up. Well, we kill now.
Yeah.
We want to kill.
Kill one more.
Yeah.
Next eruption goes next to Star.
We want to dunk this before the eruption. We move and dunk. Move and dunk. Good.
Take call.
We're
Why did
gripping
I
the
move
first
that early?
crystallize. Take the first crystallized.
We have no tank. Okay, you're tanking both. Get ready to grip salmon. Get both onto him.
Yep,
Try
I
to
thought
empty
it
these
already went
skirms.
off.
Get ready to do wicked blades. Okay, we already did. Soaks.
Back on start.
Yeah, you're fine.
DPS Prowl and Skirms with the first set down, please.
Back. Oh, try to stack as much as you can. Yeah, just live. Just live here. We gotta get Nizala up now. Wicked blades, care, don't splash our raid. Can we MD and Link here?
Yep.
MD and Link. Well, now it's too late. Yeah, fuck. Get out. Get out. We grip salmon. Grip salmon.
Just lay. Get him lay.
Got him.
Thanks.
Just don't dispel these.
Innovate Frog Champ.
Get out. Wickeds.
Evil into eruption.
Yeah.
Take
The
care.
eruption right after this.
Take
We
it off.
stack. You can take that.
Yeah,
It's free
take that.
res.
Even the health pools.
Get ready to soak. Soaks. Just anything you got. Any Hellstones, personals, health pots.
Melee headbutt on Soaks for the next one.
Y'all got this. Focus.
Kill call, kill call.
100k, you guys got it?
Can't afford to push those skirms, guys. Fuck.
I don't think that was the skirms. It was the enrage.
Well,
The
the
cross-
skirms make it so I can't heal our gamers.
Same,
so,
yeah.
Uber, they're in rage is 12 minutes. That was Skirms pushing us off.
yeah,
I
we
saw
lost
all three skirms were running around and we still had wins.
No, there were two right here.
I just mean in general, like I can't game when the skirmishers are pushing us like that. It's impossible to play Resto Shaman like that.
Why don't you just press Starfall?
Also, my bad on the death there. I, for some reason, thought the blast already went out.
It's all good.
Alright, who didn't have their Shadow Pour Oil?
I guess summon them real quick.
I don't think it was the blade spark.
It makes a big difference for sure. We had a lot of blade splash, and it makes a very noticeable difference. We definitely need to try to coordinate that link Mass Dispel before the second seismic goes out, or the second eruption goes out. Pardon me. It's got to be pretty snappy.
Yeah, I was just waiting for it. Whenever it went out, though, we linked.
Yeah, but it was after the second eruption. It actually ended up working out, but ideally we'd not have to heal all of that damage.
Normal timing is pretty much right as the debuff goes out on people, right?
The debuff goes out pretty much right after the seismic up people.
Yeah.
Sag indeed.
As soon as we all get grouped back up.
If only we had a little bit more DPS.
Cool.
Block, drop.
Just a smidge. Just a drop of DPS.
Also, I think we just overkilled Krishal, and you know, if we had split that damage a little bit, might have been the difference. It's all good. Let's do it again. We're on Goliath. Get out. Play your blades. We're on Goliath and getting out.
Anyway, watch out.
Clear your blades. Focus up, guys. Let's get this shit done. Wickeds, get out. Ready to dispel. It's gonna be sauce at the same time.
Dispelling now.
Sure, blink, or at least take one tick of it. Okay, we are dead. Jump off. Yeah, we literally just failed the first shield. Don't know. People not paying attention, probably. It's all good.
We're 2 minutes not up. We pushed really fast.
No. They usually aren't when that first commando comes up, though.
Yeah, it's just after that generally.
Yeah, we might have been a little bit overly stacked there.
A little far away because the swirls, but that was my fault.
It's all Gucci brubs. Alright, let's get this bread. Goliath is live. Okay. I think
Did I just not move out fast enough?
I think you were like right in line with our tank. Or that option. I'm not, actually wasn't 100% paying attention.
I don't think I was in her, but I might have been a step too close. A little hard to judge with a bare nose.
It's always risky running to Renathal.
Yeah, I've noticed a couple people are like running a diagonal towards Renathal, and I'm not quite sure why.
Yeah, they're doing it consistently.
Yeah. Yep.
Because that's when you're gonna hit the tank when it's gonna splash. Because the way she's swinging towards the raid.
I gotta repair mount. We should like half the raids sub 40% durability. So.
I think you had aggro on all 3 skirmishers, Spark, which is actually like that will hurt when you have aggro on all 3 of them.
Everybody repair, please.
Yeah, well, I mean, it might have been after. It's irrelevant. We completed our raid and died. Alright, let's hit it. Yeah, Spark is right. You got meleeed by the boss twice.
Weird, she never changed her target off.
Tis all Gucci. We are on Goliath. Wickeds get out. Clear our bleeds.
That's time before the dispel to get off. We got it now.
It's okay. Should be fine.
Champ.
Wickeds get out. ready to clear your bleeds. You generate me as well, Tenable. Care sauce.
It's fine now.
Sauce, care.
Salmon.
Good blades, get out.
Lie. Meriden.
Get ready to grip habit.
Salmon.
Grip habit.
Furlink.
I'm dispelling myself.
Spelling that term.
Desio.
Spelling Freelink.
Spelling over.
Last one. Whale.
You're a single target.
We can dunk right away. Yes, we can. We can move. And dunk.
Iterate proc chat.
Ready to clear your bleeds. Blades, get out. And we stack after this eruption. And we go back to the boss, kill Goliath, get out with wickets. Eruption. Clear your bleeds. Stack.
Right.
Keep the focus up. Eruption, get out. We can hit. We won't. We need to finish this Goliath. Stack up. Might have to link before here. No.
Yep.
Right.
Focus.
Iterate proc chat.
Push boss, cleave skirms.
We want to clear bleeds here. Clear bleeds. Now, this is. Gotta kill skirms here, guys. Okay, that's a little stressful, sorry. I'm getting pulled every which way. Diamond has to be pretty careful, but it's doable. Key iterate me, Tenable. Soak, kill the Goliath.
Got him.
Wickeds, get out. Don't AoE yet. No
Don't
AoE
spark.
Yet.
Don't spark.
Get ready to grip me. Grip me. Thank you. Do eruption. And we AoE. Watch for sauce. Watch for sauce. And wickeds.
Artorias. Whale. Meriden. Spark.
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 Lex, just go. Salmon.
Soaks and salmon. Good job. Watch for sauce.
We wait.
Yeah, don't actually attack it. It's just
Don't
smart.
Attack. Wickeds. We do this, crystallize.
Still no damage.
Clear your blades. Clear your blades. No damage. So.
Diva for this.
Yep.
Do damage to skull.
Kill skull. Watch for sauce if it happens. Wickeds.
Got him.
And we move.
Ready to dunk?
Yep, dunk. Dunk.
Maximum focus.
Yeah, focus up. Wicked Blades is first. Get out. Get out.
Get out.
Get ready to grip habit.
Filing skirms.
Get out with Wicked Blades. Get away from the
Other
right.
side.
Other side. Soaks. Link and MD. No, just leave it.
No.
Fuck it. Just leave it. Just live. Just live. Get him while he can take that.
Recenter after these go away.
Wickeds, get out. Do not splash those.
Invade prog shout.
Come on, Rochelle.
Swap.
Soaks.
Take kill.
Soaks. Personals here, Hellstones, everything you got here. Get out. Get ready to grip crayons.
Why, that's you.
Yep.
Stack. Stack. Just live here.
Eruption right after this.
Wickeds, sorry.
Pots if you got him.
Get ready to soak.
Check off.
Just soak and we win. Soak and we win.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yes.
This boss was designed with the worst intentions. Holy fuck.
Fucking everybody alive at the end too. Let's
This
fucking
designed
go.
with the worst intentions.
Oh my god.
Whoever made this boss hates people. Like,
Mind you,
they
this
just
is the
don't like
easier
people.
version of it.
Yeah, I know. Fuck. Great job. Absolutely clean pull.
Calling an Earl now, right?
We should take a picture.
We're done for sure.
Yeah.
5-minute break and then
Big
call it
sure.
early.
Next raid here.
Picture.
Yeah, no, we just one-shot Daddy D right here, and then we're done.
Again, controversial take. I really like this boss. It's fun.
It's actually really fun to heal.
So, if this boss didn't have weird timing issues with priority changing, it would be a lot more fun than it is.
True.
For me. That is the biggest problem for me.
I do 100% agree with that.
So, what was the full pull amount on that?
I only had 200.
So-
good job, guys.
That's why you enjoyed it.
32.
So prog stats
That's
says
why
we
you
have
do it.
228 pulls. So almost
That's
230.
the boss resets, right?
I prefer my reset ERT that says 68 pulls.
Did we
Prog
actually
stats
get,
don't count resets.
Let's take a picture.
Did we actually get any good loot?
I don't know. No one
I
can
got
trade
some
it.
shoulders. I
I
got
think we got one trinket on someone.
Yeah, we got
Nimios.
Yeah, I got the trinket.
Classic.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah, Bisc conduits, baby. Something fucked the DPI on my mouse near the end of that fight, and I was just living on a prayer.
Who put the Rocky Boy?
Get wrecked.
It literally moved right in front of my face.
I hope someone's taking pictures.
I got a good one.
Nice. Okay.
I have no idea what this next fight does, so
That's
break?
fine. It's only another 26-minute video.
Yeah, I was
so
gonna say
it's like a 26-minute break.
it's a nice long video.
I mean, we only really need to watch the first phase right now.
I think
know
I'd be happy
White
if it's just
does
progging
like
on the
a
first phase.
does like a weird, doesn't do weird, but like does like a crossing pattern X thing
Yeah,
for the
Night
soap.
Hunters. That's what you want to do. Yeah, that's typical strategy.
Oh my god!
Okay, so you can reset Denathrius. Good to know.
Yeah, let's take a
Right.
break. If you haven't, I mean, at least try to look at the first phase of the fight.
We got something to eat.
Who's gonna be replacing me here?
Details? What do you mean
that good
wipes?
question.
Details? What do you mean I have 213 wipes on this boss now?
How do I have 73 wipes on this?
Added it to your SLG total.
No, on Denathrius.
I know.
I think Details does it by what area you're in. For some reason.
That's that I have 236 wipes on him.
Maybe it's counting the heroic numbers. Like, there's no way you guys could be on Mythic Denathrius, please.
I definitely do not have 236 wipes on heroic.
I might across all of my characters.
It might just be because we're still tangling in the Stone Legion area.
Are we putting a break timer up?
Yeah, sorry. Full
Okay.
disclosure, I'm probably going to be, and I know this is going to feel a little bit bad because people just put in so much effort on that boss, but I'm probably going to be adjusting the comp on Denathrius, such as mythic rating.
Or like start with the game.
Liked it.
Also, if everyone could bid a very friendly and heartfelt, for the time being, farewell to Philip, and
Bye,
thank him for
bitch.
his services.
See you next raid to your stepbrother.
Yeah, step brother.
Right, hopefully Step Bros.
Thanks for everything, step bro.
Dude, we'll still call you when Lex can't find the water.
It's true.
Hell yeah, when he needs to boil the pasta.
I'm making sandwiches.
It was fun. It was good raiding with you guys again, you know? Thanks for letting me hang out.
Hell yeah, dude. Thanks for being an absolute legend.
You know, I tried.
Thanks for being the best rested
My
shaman.
first question for you, Lex.
Wow.
I love the WoW, despite the fact that on multiple opportunities you wouldn't let the fact that Bo's better than you are.
Yeah, he is.
He's allowed to say it, but it hurts his feelings when other people confirm it.
Yeah, like I'm allowed to call myself garbage, but if you call me garbage, we're gonna fight.
Absolutely.
Do we have a specific video we need to watch for this, or is it just any mythic guide you can run?
Well, I mean, just focus on the videos for phase 1 are going to be pretty generic. It's phase 2 generally where people start altering their strategy.
Are we gonna do the what is it? A druid has 0 stacks strat, or not that at all?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, a what now?
So one of the druids
It'll
probably
just be our tank.
yeah, we'll just have 0 stacks, and then what they do is like in the air when he does the march thing, you roar and we all get the roar.
Yeah, so you just tank the boss the entirety of phase 1, Nizala. There's no tank swaps.
Okay.
And yeah, someone will have to stack on you in order. Oh wait, no, never mind. You don't have to get stacked on. Never mind.
Also, yeah, I mean, people are on break, but the most key difference in phase 1 is just that you cannot soak just in a clump of people.
Yeah, the it's like a
'Cause otherwise you die.
8 yard, or is
It's
it
a
5
1
yard?
yard.
Oh, 1 yard.
Yeah, it's literally, it'll only kill you if you're absolutely on top of the other person. Yeah.
Alright, so then I will be right back.
Good thing we have a bunch of shamans that don't have to do the cleansing phase, so that's one less ad, right?
Yeah, generally we'd like to have a DK or 2 as well, but
DKs also don't need to soak.
yeah, that's, I mean, DKs are just busted as fuck on this fight.
So, what videos are we watching?
It's someone like the stanky one. Sorry. Up in the middle of something. And by something, I mean I'm making the ERT note.
Yo, let's do cheeses with the camouflage to get the fucking first strike proc.
I just realized all 3 boomies got something. 10 of them got an offhand, Breland got the shoulders, and I got the heraldry.
Hell yeah. I heard heraldry is best in slot from Munkin.
Well, I forgot to change my fucking loot spec.
He just wants to play Feral now.
Just one step closer. I just need a another tree. Well, I guess I can use IQD instead. I just need a weapon.
Alright, you can use the PvP one.
this one's pretty close. Yeah. It's pretty good extra Night Hunter, and if you miss Night Hunter soaks, then
Can you involve them?
yes.
And the splash, the 1 yard splash. It'll spawn a double ad, and there's different strats with like how
That's
many
for,
people you do doubles. And...
It's for cleansing pain, I think, right?
Yeah. So everything I've seen is like have a druid get down to 0, which is pretty easy because with a bear tank, they'll get down.
Yeah, we're
For
doing
the roar. Yeah. And then I think because the other day I got to sit in my Jeep for 2 hours waiting for my grandmother because I was a good granddaughter and took her to her eye appointment. And they had to like check her cataracts. But anyways, I watched a lot on this.
Exact opposite of what I did. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Your weapon takes more damage.
I think, what is it, Lex? Like, you have 14 seconds to kill the ad, and if not, it goes back to the
They
person.
give you your stack back.
Yeah,
yes.
I think it's 14. So there's a little minor change.
It was being better on this than Marksman.
No.
Oh yeah, because you can't get your pets to the other side. Never mind.
And also,
But is survival good on this?
no habit. We do want to change our soulbind, though.
Yeah, I just changed it to Corn.
Yeah, we run Corins for this one. Which makes us, like, ridiculous with ads.
Alright, finally take off explosive shot. Fuck that.
Yeah,
Extra
exactly.
button.
Yep. I'm just like, it can go away.
We're also gonna need a kick order if we ever get to there.
Yeah.
I mean, call Earl and go, hang out with their moms. If you want to.
Wow. It's true, we could.
I thought today was Daddy's Day.
Nice. In all likelihood, I'm gonna ask one of our rep paladins to sit. I know it's a default, and I respect the SLG damage, but it's probably gonna end up happening. There's a chance I even ask one of our hunters to sit as well, but we'll have to see where we're at. In all likelihood, I'm gonna bring in Spocket and Vern. We have a distinct lack of mages, but hopefully we can make up for that with Convoke for phase 2 CDs.
I have to keep the haste.
Yeah, I think our final comp ends up being something like one of the rep paladins subbed out for Vern, and one of the hunters or Lie subbed out for why is the name escaping me? Spocket. Okay. But that's my preliminary thoughts.
guys. QD. That trinket continues to elude me. But no. Damage trinket. Fire.
If I could. Wondering how possible it is to have pretty much everyone soak the first. We'll
It'll
see.
hurt like hell.
Gonna be really bad for melee.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah.
Oh, this is just a check to see you back, by the way.
Yeah.
I forgot to say that.
Sorry, just give me 1 second.
All good.
Can you put a socket on a neck piece?
Yes.
This is done.
Then I'm not done with them all. Sedge.
So you can triple stack the first one if needed. Okay. Yeah, we can use this more than likely. Let's- Do you guys want to like do heroic while I fuck with this? You could. It's gonna take me like 5 minutes at least. 10 minutes? I don't know. But,
Probably last time.
Do
This is
I
literally
want
everybody
to?
going on this exact character. Last time we took a break, it took us
Yeah, no, it's
15
fine.
minutes to get people on the phone.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, it's gonna unless we're all sticking on mains.
Respectfully, I'd prefer it only be on mains, considering what happened last time.
It's fine. We're good. We can gamble a little bit.
No, you guys still need shit from heroic? Wow.
Yeah, I need some shoulders for transmog habit. I don't know if you know anything about that.
I don't know anything about that. The heroic shoulders don't even look that nice, to be honest.
It's the last piece of the set, and I'm a transmog collector. I'll just come back like an expansion or two and grab them.
Oh, weirdly enough,
think
I'm also only missing the shoulders.
The normal ones look better than like the normal stuff for male looks better than the heroic. It's like too gray.
See, but the normal set, I'm missing 2 pieces from, so.
Whose fault is that?
The game.
Oh, it's your fault.
I don't think we're using normal word anymore either. Savage. I'm gonna put on the Dread Fire Vessel. Hopefully that's good. I don't have IQD. Probably will never get it.
I have a 220 IQD, but it's just.
How does that happen?
How do I with
What?
4,500?
Everyone low rolled.
You don't have the IQD habit?
No, I don't have the IQD. Sag.
Let's try to get more people in here.
I mean, I would expect you to have the IQD with all the runs of DOS you've done. Not that fuck. Game just hates people. Shut up, Michael.
Do rep paladins need to soak? I'm wondering if we can get away without them.
If they got the reflexes for the
The pre-shield.
no, it'd be the pre-freedom.
Did you pre-bubble and not get the slow?
Yeah, I mean you can pre anything, like the same as shamans dropping into Ghost Wolf, dropping freedom beforehand or bubbling beforehand. I don't know if bubbling works. I know for a fact that freedom does though.
Yeah, you only get like 3 seconds out of it though.
Yeah.
I think pallies want to pop their bubble and stand on like the intersection and soak three beams.
I mean,
Or immunity at 900
you
if they get
can.
targeted.
From what I was watching, it's 63.
Yeah. If you think you want your bubbles to like ideally take a line just the hell out effectively. Same with turtle, stuff like that. Immunities to completely remove the
Does
issue.
Cleansing Pain put the Racking Pain debuff on you? No, it does not, right? No.
No, but I think they're separate abilities.
Yeah. I don't know why I even asked that. I already knew the answer.
Lex, does healing wave cast healing?
Well, yeah. Okay. One sec. Okay, I'm getting there. And then for CDs, gonna just do a bunch of shit here. Since we have 2 shamans, we can probably do a really big second soak too, at our discretion. Okay, let's try this for a sec.
How much health does that do the ads have?
Not sure.
Enough that they have to be killed in 14 seconds.
Okay. So cooldowns.
I think that might be an extra soak, especially if you're stacking. So for the ones below the first 4, those are the people you're trying to stack on, I believe is how they do it. I think you can stack 3 people with Spirit Link. It's a little stressful, but... So then you kind of just want to duo. So like Revenge would be trying to find Lie, and that would get rid of an extra stack. It's going to spawn a shit ton of ads to start with, but I think that's where we just blow most of our cooldowns.
Let's do a big one to end the break. This is not 10k.
I do not have that much gold, unfortunately.
Holy hell.
I've already lost most of my gold gambling.
Yeah, there's gonna be an IOE if I lose.
It's a 1 in 3 chance right now. 33%.
And let's join.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
Oh, rest in pieces.
Bullying the new guy.
He's done.
He leaves the raid, never to be heard from again.
First night down 92k.
Jesus Christ.
Damn, Will. Will's a goddamn winner right there. Look at that.
I'm a shark, dude. I'm sharking these people in the gambling rolls.
I thought you said Will? And I was very confused. Like, who the hell is Will?
Nemios is Will, but he's not called Will.
And we can move in and try this. So the way in which the soaks work is that the first 4 people create like a line. I don't know how we want to demonstrate this. So it would be like, if we want to line up, it would be like Zala heading the charge. And then it would be Freelink, Metrium. Sorry. I don't think we can stack 4 people on top of each other. So yeah, it would be like Freelink, Metrium. Pardon me, Habit. And then the 3 people together would be Artorias, Meriden, Slamson. I don't have a Rep Paladin in there. I'm missing 1 Rep Pally. Fuck it, whatever.
Do we want the same gateway positioning as Heroic, or do you want to move it?
I think it's the same.
Yeah, phase 1 seems to be pretty much the same, just with the extra little additions. Nothing really
No.
positioning.
More damage, more health.
There's not really a damage requirement from what I saw. Like, people are having to stop DPS on them.
Right. There will be a damage requirement for us.
Fair.
So we kind of want to pull where we can like already be pre-positioned for cleansing pain. So like a little bit away from the boss is generally ideal. On the other side is fine, sure. So we're not going to be pulling the boss really like directly onto us, I don't think. So if we can kind of like line up from right here back, this is kind of where we want to pull the boss from.
Yeah, because I've seen Emily tank this, and that's right about where she does tank the boss.
Am I interpreting your note wrong? How do you guys do your stacks? Question mark.
Exclamation point?
I was gonna say exclamation point too.
Tilde.
Period.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, Asha.
So, you have 4 people for note 1. Are the first 4 people stacking on top of each other, or is that your people who are in a line?
People who aren't taking any soaks. So if you look, I have pluses.
Yeah.
Pluses means they stack together. So like,
Right.
like 3 melee stacking together. We have.
So I did interpret it right then. Cool. That's what I thought. That made sense to me. So then that would be like the Zala, Freelink, Metrium, and Habit would be in a line but not stacking. And then starting on Artorias, Meriden, and Slamson, which would be like Moon.
I will make it unless you're. I mean, you have two Spirit Links. You probably can get away with that. But like, Hunters are pretty fucking squishy because they can't use Turtle. So they basically have like 1 cooldown rate, and that's it for the entire fight. So we just typically the people that you have stacking on one another, they tend to use cooldowns themselves. Like, if Prague is running Disc, then he can probably use Pain Sup on the second one so that he survives. Then Lai would use Dispersion on the second one, and then you have like, you know, Link plus something else. You don't have Death Knights, you don't have AMZ, you have 1 rally.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about our SLG kills, so I feel a little bit bad, but I am probably going to end up asking one of our Rep Paladins to get out for a Death Knight, so it's unfortunate.
But
I hate to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, so Nazala, Freelink, Metrium, and Habit would be solo soaking in the back. It's also the position is also it's a slight cone, like it's a very, very narrow cone, but you can't have people at the back sort of towards the, like we have the boss. Well, you're completely on the wrong side on the map.
We're just on the opposite side of where you guys are. It's
You know
fine.
we do it all backwards.
I know. I think that distance looks fine, right? Like, so the range is only 1.5 yards. Like, it's very, very small. So, like, if you have 2 people kind of, you see on the back, like, there's against the wall, there's that little diamond thing. Like, if you have people, like, standing sort of against the wall just on, like, yeah, like, right there, like, they will not hit each other. So you kind of have the people, like, the 4 people kind of make a box at the back, and then everyone else is kind of on a line in front of the boss.
Right on.
But it'll be lots of deaths.
Oh yeah, 100%. Okay, so I actually think we can have Wayo tank the boss the entire phase, and Nazala just focus on soaking and doing more damage. I think that's the better play, but Nazala just has to get hit by every soak. So then it would be right up against the boss would be Artorias, Meriden, and Slamson, just so they're not losing uptime. So they would be stacked where Moon is, and that would be they're on top of each other, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then it would be ProgChamp, Nemios, kind of slightly behind, stacked on top of each other. Yep. And then Tenenbaum, Messiah. And the note's not set in stone. I'm probably going to adjust it a little bit depending on cooldowns, as Asha has mentioned.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm actually going to switch Desaya and Freelink just because Tenenbaum and Freelink can stack, whereas Desaya can be a solo bro. Okay.
Moonkins are pretty good at double soaking because they get the 1 Ironbark and their conduits are also really good.
So Tenenbaum, Freelink would be on top of each other, kind of right here-ish. Then Uber Koreans would be on top of each other. We have to be a little bit. I think we might have to give ourselves a little bit more space, but
Yeah, where I'm standing right now, I am 1 yard from Meriden.
boss is a purple. So our melee are going to be like pretty much right here. And then, you know, Revenge and Lie can be pretty much right here. And then at the very back, we're going to have Desaya, Nazala, Metrium, Habit make kind of a box. And
Does
you
it
can be
reach
pretty
all the way
much
back
right up
there?
against the ball. Yeah, it goes all the way.
That is terrifying. So then how do you have
Let's
a...
try it out.
How do you have us boxing up back here?
The only way you could make a square with 4 people, which would be 2 on kind of one side of this little diamond thing.
I'm just running keyed.
Kind of the other side. It's all good. I think we got it figured out. Just in terms of what it has to look like.
So I'm not sitting. Where do I?
Let's just keep this for now. You can soak. I don't know. You can soak 4, 5, and 6.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just try to get our soaks down, Pat, for now. See what the damage intake looks like. I mean, we're going to want to still use DPS cooldowns on the first one, obviously. And
So
then we might have to stagger, but...
Are the people soaking stacking to remove an extra stack of the debuff, or are we staying spread?
So you only have to soak twice.
Okay.
So, like, Artorias, Meriden, and Slamson, they stack on top of each other so that they only have to soak twice. The goal is basically to just eliminate the amount of times you have to soak. That's why you stack. So otherwise you have to, if you don't stack, you A, have to use a ton of fucking space, and B, you have to soak a 3rd time. So that's kind of the rationale behind it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So is it just then for the people you have listed soaking at like 1, 2, and 3, and so on? Or is it just all the melee in that group are stacking, and then all the ranged in that group are stacking?
No.
No.
So how it's going to work is the first line of people in the group are people that do not stack on top of each other. They're going to be in the back, kind of soaking as a box, right?
So for the first cleansing pain, that would be Nizala, Desaya, Metrium, and Habit.
Correct. And then the second one, it would be Nizala, Metrium, Freelink, and Habit. Not set in stone.
Okay, so those are the people that are not stacking, but they are soaking.
The pairs are.
Desaya needs to be on there 3 times because he's not stacking with anyone.
Okay. So then, on the first soak, obviously you said
Revenge
me.
doesn't, but that's because I changed things around.
Me, Meriden, and Slamson are stacking.
Correct. So then you would only each have to do 1 more soak after that.
Okay. And then is our next soak going to be number 3 then?
Actually, if you stack 3 people, does that remove 3 stacks? Is it?
Yes.
Or is it just 1? I think that'll remove 3 stacks. So you might only have to soak that 1 time. Let's see what Asha does. Yeah, Asha only has himself soaking once. Yeah. Okay, so I just have the node set up incorrectly. So yeah, if you do a triple stack, you literally only have to soak once.
Okay.
So that would be... we would need to maybe do... something more like this.
Make sure if you are not an alchemist to grab another flask.
And we're hoping to have how many stacks when we do the march?
It's gotta be 3 or fewer, right?
3 or fewer, or you're gonna need a grip, yeah.
So we're
Well, that's even with Roar.
Yeah, I understand. Okay.
I definitely feel like I'm the person in the group project that hasn't done enough work, so.
Oh, that's me for sure.
You said that when you were doing all this work?
Okay. Let's just try it out. Get a feel for it.
As far as actual tank positioning goes, we're doing pretty similar to how we've done it in Heroic, where like boss is kind of like, oh no, boss is on purple. Never mind.
Boss is going to be much closer to the middle of the room, and then you kind of, as the ad spawn, you kind of drag back towards. So for the blood price, the boss will probably end up somewhere in. Well, you kind of want to keep it similar, but you want to drag the boss a little bit back for the Night Hunter, because you're going to soak all 3. And so you'll probably end up dragging the boss back to somewhere like Star once the ads have spawned and the Night Hunter's going out. Then for
and that's literally just to get some of the cleave damage going on ads to get Danny as well.
Nah, it's more so that the tanks both can soak all 3 Night Hunters.
Got it. Okay.
And who is? You said one tank is taking the boss the entire first phase.
Yeah, which will be Wayo.
Okay.
Okay, let's try it out. I'll Spirit Link the first one, and you can Tide, and then we'll use Ashen Hallow as well.
Everybody buckle up for the White Fest.
I'll post a comp in DVA that we'll use for Tuesday, and I'll obviously have a much more in-depth note. Range that aren't soaking kind of want to make like a semicircle around the boss, just so that Night Hunter spawns are pretty consistent. So you want to face them towards the wall.
Oh.
And drag them slightly back. Yeah, this is... Okay, yeah. And then we all have to be in the lane.
There were 2 stacks. Like I got 4 stacks removed there instead
Yeah.
of 2.
Yeah, a bunch of people soaked that should not have been soaking. Like, you have to be clearly out of the group when you're not. Yeah, so everyone in the raid soaked there.
I'd like to point out I survived.
I did not.
You did not survive. The boss lived and you died.
Maybe I'll do one less group of 2 people stacking. I could get away with not having revenge and lie in there, technically.
So is the idea? So we want him casting Cleansing Pain from purple, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So people need to get way the fuck to the sides, because that's a pretty wide cone. It's maybe like 30 degrees, 45 degrees. I don't think we can have people. We can't really have people stacked up like in the center like that.
Question, like, just because I don't want to be a giant idiot. So boss is on Diamond for this first one. Immediately inside of Diamond is going to be the like on top of each other stack of Nizala, Desire, Metrium, Habit.
Incorrect.
No. Incorrect.
Nizala,
Perfect.
Desire, Metrium, and Habit are not stacking on top of each other. They are
Okay.
at the back.
Okay.
Immediately next to the boss is going to be Artorias, Meriden, Slamson.
Gotcha.
They are stacked on top of each other. Then
There's
behind
the
that,
cool
so
kids at the back.
There's going to be
behind that
Nemios
is
in there.
Frog Champ Nemios.
Okay. And second time around, assuming we get to it, the same group of, well, I guess not the same. Nizala, Metrium, for like
That is
Habit
pretty much
in the
our
back.
entire raid in Group 1, so
Yeah.
close to it.
Second time around, Nizala, Metrium, Freeling Cabot will be in the back again, and I will be in the same spot that Artorias, Meriden, and Slamson are this time around, in front of the boss.
Sure. I kind of paid attention to your question there.
For the second Cleansing Pain, Frog Champ, it moves up to the front this time around, since I am after the group of 4, right?
Well, you just don't want to be inside the group of 4. Yeah, you don't have to
Right,
necessarily
sure,
be
sure.
at the very front, but
I
yeah.
don't stack on them, but make sure that I am in the soak, not next to anybody else. Okay, cool.
Get hint in Battle Show.
And so the people,
Might
the
have to
4
take
people,
all those groups out.
the 4 people not stacking, are we in the front by the boss or in the back?
You're the back.
Okay, okay.
So that would be Desire, Metrium, Habit, and Nizala.
We
Yep,
int.
we're already in that starting position.
Can we get int, arcane intellect, or dollar in
Yes,
brilliance if you
please.
prefer?
We're smarter now.
Cool.
So Lion and I are out for this one.
Try it. Try staying in.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Why didn't he teleport that time?
Generally doesn't. That's very strange. Okay, so I need to have, first adjustment is that I need to have Spirit Link down before all that happens. We also need another cooldown there for sure. Also,
Like a Devo.
well, someone else was stacked on Meriden and Slamson and Artorias because they got down to 2 stacks. So there was a 4th person in there.
Yeah, and Lai and I tried to wedge in really quick there and had someone else standing with us.
Yeah, we're just gonna take both of you guys out.
Yeah.
Can we do
Because
a?
it gets so tight in the back.
Can we just do a really quick people who are soaking in that first one stand where you think you're going to be soaking to make sure that everybody is in the right spot, and people who are not soaking stand where you think you need to be to not be soaking?
Yeah, I'm down with that.
There's no way for me to not get hit, right? Like I'm soaking every single one.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I missed something, but it's like a way for me to get out last second, but that makes sense. Right.
Does this
No,
look
you just followed.
correct? Looks good to me.
What we could do is this.
Oh.
Take Nizala out of the first one. Hold on.
Also, if it wasn't clear, you're popping your defensive when you're soaking.
So is Wayo stacking with the melee?
No,
No, that might have been where we ran into an issue there.
yeah, I think I'm probably gonna like pull the boss towards like. Okay, I'm gonna drop it.
Yeah, so the melee do need to move slightly off of Wayo for that first soak.
I'm probably gonna pull the boss to me on like green and then run to purple, so the boss is in like a straight line. Because he did a fucked up thing where like he ran up to me and then for some reason while I was standing here, he teleported back here. So it was kind of like he started the cleansing pain from kind of this angle, which kind of sucked.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I'll just pull him towards like the very, very front of the room and then spin him and run back towards Diamond.
Nice, then I will be over here.
Let's just give it another whirl. Do we have a fresh ready check? I'm gonna do a fresh
I don't
ready
need
check.
Uber and creams on there. No, I do, yes. Okay, everyone's ready. Lex will cast Link before the actual cleansing pain this time.
Find out in 4 seconds.
2, 1.
Sit down. This is where you want to create that. Yeah, try not to overlap them. We gotta set aside the Night Hunter soaks as well. That's my fault. This would be group 2.
I gotta get him back to Diamond every time for that?
Not necessarily, no. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so we want to focus on, you would go against the wall, whoever that little...
Yeah, I don't want to move at this point.
It's all good. Yeah. We would move.
Oh, that is a wide cone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's almost it with the Night Hunters. That's the right idea. This boss is going to be fun, I can tell.
Well, hey, we went from 100% wipe to a 90% wipe. I mean, at this rate, that's 9 more wipes before he's dead.
Yep.
I just went potato brain, get line as long as possible, and then I realized it's not the right move. But it was too late to move.
So, about the Night Hunters. The video I watched, it had them basically, the people with it, going as close as they could to each other without, like, stacking their circles. So that the 3 overlaps were basically almost over the boss, so the tank's good. try soak it, and the melee weren't having to leave the boss to soak. And with how we have it at the moment, I know it's like the first time
We
we've done
don't
it.
have anything at the moment.
Yeah.
You should only have to soak twice, Metro, because you're
No,
getting
he'll
big...
have to soak more.
No, because he'll lose 3 stacks if he's
No,
in the...
he won't. Because he's not stacking.
He's not in the stacking group, so he'll need to soak a third time. Well, I mean, unless you fuck up, but...
Oh, right, the plus groups are the ones that are splashing each other. I get it now.
Sweet.
There's a lot of room in 5 and 6 for people to not splash each other and get their last stack off.
Hold on, I'm just doing something for the Night Hunter. So, the general idea with the Night Hunter is to have all 3 of them against the wall, intersecting. So if you... Generally what you want to do is kind of make a half moon around the boss, or like be kind of in this area after the Cleansing Pain goes off, where moon is, like around here. Kind of in the Spirit Link, but close to here. So if I got the Night Hunter here, if I was here and I got the Night Hunter, where would I run to?
Sorry, say that again?
If I was here, Moon, and I got the Night Hunter, where would I run to? Just so we're all clear. There's a group of people jumping, and they have the answer correct. So Nimios, Slamson, and Desaya have done the homework. So if you're around this area and you get Night Hunter, like if you're this position, like you're the right-hand side position, and you get it, you want to run diagonally, and you'll end up here. If you're obviously vice versa, if you're the left-hand side and you get a Night Hunter, you then run over here.
What if all 3 are on the same side?
Yeah, then there's a little bit of.
Are you referring to where they're standing or are you referring to where the shade is standing?
Well, their shade should be like, if the shade spawns on Moon, you want to be running to here so that you end up standing here. Players always end up against the wall. So the idea is to try to have the tanks soak all 3 intersecting parts around the Moon area.
Gotcha. That makes way more sense than what I thought you were trying to say.
And if you get it while you're, like, if you're in the soaking group and you get it, you just run to the nearest wall, or?
Straight to the wall should work. If it spawns at diamond, for example, get your ass all the way over. And moral of the story is, wherever your guy is, make his line go across basically where the boss is.
Yeah, if all 3 spawn on the same side, there's definitely a little bit of
finagling around,
tomfoolery that you have to do. Yes.
Yeah. Are we going to have immunity classes, like just take theirs away and bubble turtle or whatever, get rid of it?
You can do that, yeah. That's a perfectly fine thing to do.
Just gotta communicate that that's what you're doing, so people don't try and soak.
Just run away if you're gonna immunity it. Or just go stand right next to the actual Night Hunter mob. Desaya, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Everyone's ready. Yeah, so in general, if you want to immunity your Night Hunter, you just go stand right next to it, or you just move away from the raid so that people know.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we soak. Okay, get Nazala up. We definitely need another cooldown there.
I forgot to put bear form on my bar, so. Oh,
Hell
sorry,
yeah.
I can just drop barrier.
Okay, so that's close-ish. Yeah. All right.
I think for that one, if you have two on the same side like that, try to get them so that they cross a little bit, rather than having them be parallel to each other. So if you guys had swapped places where you were up against the wall, it would have been perfect.
I think we want to make a little bit less of a long line, but just so our healing cooldowns are hitting everyone.
We are definitely overspreading.
Yeah.
I can drop barrier.
Just causing the ads to spawn a little bit. Poopy. Alright, let's pop up. Try it again.
Could grab int.
Where are you standing next for number 2 project? So I get to.
Probably where Artorias is standing right now. A little bit.
Doesn't have to be exact after the first one. There's going to be a lot more room.
Maybe right, maybe right where I am right now.
Okay, sounds good.
2,
Yep.
1.
That's perfect in terms of positioning.
Oh.
Okay, that was mostly all the homies stacked on each other.
Yeah, after that blood price, there was not a really good way for me to get him away from the wall fast enough.
That's fine.
Have you tried leaping on them?
I was gonna say, can you leap down?
I can leap, but he won't follow me if he's casting, so.
No, I'm talking when you go up. As soon as you can
Yeah,
get
you can just
your
leap.
character, you leap down.
Oh, you can also charge as well. Getting down is not a problem, but as soon as you hit the ground, he starts casting, so he won't move.
Yeah.
If you you basically have to be in the right spot before he casts blood price.
Yeah, that's why I was saying the leap would She went the right spot.
Okay, so one of you would have had to go to the middle there. That's fine. Generally, Star probably should have gone to the middle there, but that would have crossed all three of them. It's all good. It'll come with practice.
Can we have a raid marker in this like second section, like diamond? Really helps for referencing where the cleansing's going.
Sure. Kind of want to get a feel for where we'll end up. If I'll do it during the pull, so I don't have an exact idea.
Are we going to be divided into soak groups for the ghosts? Or no?
What?
Ghosts?
Like when the soaks with the ghosts that he puts out.
Extend the note if you or check your note. Left side is Lex name of screen slam. Middle is Revere.
Oh, I
and
see.
then
I see it now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I can add more to that as well. So.
Just double checking. That's left side facing the boss, right?
Stage left.
Everyone else can kind of float, but what I'm considering left is like where Moon is, so you'd be like the one that's coming from this area. Then middle would be.
Oh,
this
okay.
one.
So not left facing the boss.
Yeah, because
Left
I'm always facing the wall because I don't have to soak like a pleb.
You son of
So.
a bitch.
Got it. So we're always
Okay.
referencing from Lex's
Yeah,
perspective.
so we're
Got it.
gonna. So it's opposite.
I
That's
mean, you
really
can consider it
super
left as
helpful. Good
in
job.
the left of this, whoever has the marker left, right? Because that
What's the
line is the
left
one
from-
you saw. So
from the marker.
Left, mid, right might not be the best words for
That's-
it as well because
Yeah, I'm
it's a
gonna use
line
east,
that.
west, north, dude.
No, directional is probably not. Never mind. Whatever.
Okay, so I didn't hear properly. I just want to make sure. Is it left facing the wall or left facing out from the wall?
Left means close to the.
it's gonna be left
Close
either
to the
way
gateway.
because of the line. So like if, so, let's say Nozala is left according to Lex's perspective, right? It's that line that you soak.
No,
So it'll be left
think-
of this, right?
Okay,
Wait.
you can't use markers generally because it's not as easy to use markers because the markers will always be going to different spots, and it creates less consistency, and you're tunneling on who has what marker for the Night Hunter. Like if that's easier for people, then sure, but it's generally just easier to just say you're soaking on one side the entire fight.
Yeah. I just want to know if that side is my left or your left.
Okay,
So,
So you're on
the
your
left.
left.
The left Lex is talking about is the green side.
Okay,
Does
it's
that
fine.
help?
We can do facing the boss. So left would be this side,
So out from the wall, not towards the wall.
and then middle is obviously just like whichever one is going through the middle. It won't always be like middle, but it'll be the one that's going kind of like in
The
to
middle of the three.
wall. And then the right will be here. Does that make sense? I don't like. I'm of the personal opinion that using markers is not good
Oh, I don't think we need
for
markers.
Night Hunter soaks.
I just was
Because
confused.
you're gonna spend most of phase one trying to pay attention to which hunter is which marker.
Spark, yes, it's backwards. Right now officially means the side of where our raid is that the gateway is currently on.
Yes.
Left is the side that is opposite of that.
So if
and
you're
middle is
facing the
just in the
boss,
middle of the raid.
it'll be the proper directions.
Yeah.
We're not directionally challenged.
Go back into your settings and
I
re-click
press
invert.
X for doubt.
Yeah. Same.
My brain hurts.
Also, that means if we are not one of the people in those lines, or sorry, the left, mid, right, we aren't soaking Night Hunter, correct?
You still want to soak.
Okay.
Everyone kind of wants to soak.
Just be somewhere as opposed to definitely be in that one.
Just soak the nearest one, basically.
Sure.
Everyone's ready.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Oh, we're doing it. Yep, that's perfect. And then we want the tanks in the middle. Oh my god.
Hell yeah. It's a kill.
You guys are, let's kill it. This is the pull.
Tenenbaum, I hate it.
I was here, Pog. Oh, I was not here. Progchamp got roasted. So yeah, you probably want to paint up yourself on that.
Yeah, plus we had too many people stacked up. I somehow got down to 1 stack after that last one.
Yeah. So that's kind of a challenging part of the fight, is after the first one, making sure that the correct people are getting hit and we're not overly stacking.
Oh, well, I thought I was on top of you. I'm down to 3 now.
I think more people were maybe on top of him, and you were not.
Nice.
I think Lilas were on top of me. I just think that there were like I take 2 soaks, so I guess maybe did we get too many people the first time around?
Maybe.
No, because Nemios is only on 4 stacks, so he's definitely.
Yeah.
It's fewer people every time, right?
Should be.
It gets easier.
Yeah, so what, the first 1 or 2 soaks are going to be the hardest?
Yeah.
And basically, besides that first soak, I don't have to worry about trying to drag him into the middle to AoE earlier. Or...
You kind of want the position to be fairly consistent, but
I can use Devo on the second soak as well.
yeah, I don't know if we've been getting SLT on the second one, but we definitely want to have that for sure. I think Devo maybe the third would be ideal, or on a blood price. Devo's actually really good on blood prices because you can't use any ground targeted AO or DRs to reduce blood price.
Yeah, so
I can do it on the first
blood
Sorry
price.
to cut you
I'm
off.
I'm down with that.
Here's kind of what I'm talking about, Lex, right? Like we had like the star marker down kind of like here, maybe even closer to the wall. And it's like the first cleansing pain triggers from purple facing the wall. And then I drag Denny, so he's here at star. And if he casts blood price, which throws us all up into the air and that charge down, that just means he's casting cleansing pain from here, which means there's a likelihood we're splashing each other. And I'm saying like once we move after the first massacre or whatever it's called, like I don't really need to drag him into the middle because there's way fewer ads, so we're not really maximizing DPS for that. And like it's anytime we bring the boss closer to the wall, it's just increasing the likelihood that the boss is too close to the wall for people to properly spread out and not splash each other with their stacks. You know?
Yeah. Yes. I agree. Keeping him, closer towards the diamond is probably ideal.
Yeah, the first one, it was super helpful. Those ads died like instantly and it was awesome. That's evidenced by the fact that we had an S tier first soak last pull, so.
Everyone is ready. Keep forgetting to change my talents.
Oh, I need a 15.
Five,
Can we not pull on this one?
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a fake pull.
1.
Yeah, I have to do all of my application before pull.
Wow, so fucking needy, dude.
I know, right?
Wasted my double tap.
Just what you
Press
get
action
for-
hollow.
This is what you get for having discipline grace.
Oh hell yeah, we're gaming now. We're pod racing. We do definitely have people missing soaks that should be soaking though. Oof.
There's not enough room for.
There's enough room.
There's heckin' room. All right. We are coming close. Oh.
Nizala DC. She's been walking. She's
Apparently.
She's doing the Baron man. Oh, nope, she's moving. Nope. Where she did.
That was a fun lag. I don't know what the hell that was.
Someone got their code vaccine.
I was gonna
Star
say, yeah, someone
needs
got
to
their
move.
COVID vaccine.
At 10 o'clock at night?
It's 8 o'clock over here in the West Coast.
Yeah, 8:11 for.
No, it's
West
11
Coast.
o'clock.
11:11, make a wish.
Stop interfering with your 5G.
I guess we can be closer to the boss. We're in the front, right? I mean, the idea is like the group behind us, the Nizala. I know it's not a group, but like the Nizala, Metrium, Freelink Habit, like collection of individuals is on the wall side, right? So there's room from the boss to like if the boss is being tanked right where Nemios is, like Lion, I can be here, right? Like, I've just gotten like jacked and dropped to one stack the last two polls, and I'm trying to figure out if it's me being in the wrong spot. I would very happily like try to figure out where I need to be to not have that happen.
I have not figured out where
I will be
to
completely
stand.
honest. I was in the wrong spot.
I have
Yeah,
not
a
figured
lot
out.
of people are not clearing out of there for that second one. So
Yeah.
I mean, we could like we did for the first one, where like, okay, everyone, show us where you think you are. We can do that for every group.
For some reason, I thought, like, my brain didn't quite process. I thought I was up here.
Yeah, because the boss ends up being roughly where Artorias and Nemios are after that cleanse or the blood price. So, like, I'm assuming if that happens, like, roughly where I am right now is a fine spot for Lion to be. And there should be no one anywhere near us, with the other people being like here, here, you know, here.
yeah, and I'll be in
Doesn't really
between you
matter.
guys.
Yeah, you can be like the five of you can, since you're all technically in that, like there's no one is stacking, it's just the five of you are taking individual soaks effectively. As long as Lai and I are right like
Yeah, up
here-ish to
front
give you room,
together.
you guys can just be wherever the hell you want to be in the rest of the cone, and everybody else needs to be away.
Yeah, I think
Like,
it would. I think it would definitely help if the people not soaking were further out.
Something that's very important to note between Mythic and Heroic is, in Heroic, it was bad to have the blood price toss you anywhere other than directly into the wall. In Mythic, it is totally fine as long as you're not in the soak group if you get blasted off to the sides. Like, we literally don't care because you actively don't want to be in the soak anyway. So if you need to move off to the side, just have the Demanthrace punch you to the left or the right so that you're not in the soak. Do it. That's totally cool.
Yeah, and the DPS is not really an issue after that first one, which we're pumping cooldowns on.
I think we're still waiting on log rocks too.
We need into battle shout. Nice.
Fresh fort too. Looks like the locksmith fort.
Oh man, I should have held out for cookies.
Cookies.
Yeah, Rever, that's fine. We'll use your Tide and Ashen Hollow on the first one.
I put down cookies, but Uber's supposed to be doing because he has the conduit for it.
Wow.
It's the one that gives him leech when he.
Yeah, when someone uses his health stones.
I can use barrier on the second one too. It's a little harder for me to use than the first one 'cause it's in the middle of my ramp, but I'm not going to need it again until the next phase anyway, so might as well just use the 3-minute CD as early into the fight as I can.
Yeah.
Lex, out of curiosity, we don't have Rally in the CD list. We're shipping.
We don't have anything in the CD list,
Yeah.
bro. I'll figure it out.
Cool. I'm just gonna use my own discretion for now.
Yeah, that's fine. You can do it on the second one for right now, or the third. We'll probably need cooldowns for the third one still.
Cool.
Okay, everyone's ready. My mouse is pissing me off.
5, 4, 3,
Bro, if you game with a wireless mouse,
I do.
Come on.
I do too. What are you
I
talking
do.
about?
Oh my
Same.
god. Boss is a little further back than the huge fam, so just be care. We got ads kind of all spread out there.
SLT?
We definitely had SLT there.
Oh, did we? Damn.
Yeah. It just couldn't, everyone was so spread, it couldn't hit half of us, so.
Gotcha.
Everybody's stack real tight, and we'll end this nice and quick.
The hell, yeah. SLT said no to that.
I was trying to tank the boss up a little bit further because I still feel like I'm clipping the melee group on occasion, and I want to give everybody plenty of room. But
It's
I can
because that
also just
wireless
say-
mouse.
Listen, dude, the G Pro wireless is an esports grade wireless gaming mouse. I will not hear your naysaying.
It's probably because it was a wired mouse and the wire got caught in someone's arm.
See, last time I had an esports grade mouse, the clicking broke within 2 weeks.
Well, what esport is it standard for? Candy Crush?
Probably Valorant, dude. Basically,
Oh, you mean Overwatch too?
everyone that's not good enough to play CS:GO uses that gaming mouse and plays
Yikes.
Valorant with it.
Savage. Savage, but
Yeah, CS:GO is prime gamer game.
The pinnacle of gaming.
That's where you get the G Fuel.
Their mobile game is a Raid Shadow Legends.
Isn't that what we're doing right now? Raiding Shadow Legends.
Close enough.
I didn't hate it.
The idea was there. The execution though just failed a little bit.
I think the execution sold it.
Thank you.
I don't know why, but I'm listening to Bottoms Up right now, so let's Bottoms Up and pull the boss.
Word from man who needs a claw. Never heard one.
I'm trying to cut down a little bit on the weekly claw consumption.
4, 3,
Because you're weak.
Wow.
I mean, apparently can't have chipotle sauce, so
True.
that's weak if I've ever heard it.
Yeah, I think we're getting ads spawning too far up with the positioning that we're using right now. It only cost us 2 people, so not that bad. Well, it's gonna cost us a few now. Oh, no one actually died. That's a great Spirit Link.
Oof.
Alright, this boss hurts a lot.
Yeah.
All right, not bad, not bad. I only got the 2 stacks this time instead of 1.
Did we have extra people soaking that second one?
Yeah, I think the only way we kill this boss is if we bring 10 Death Knights and 10 Shamans.
True.
Is one holy paladin allowed?
No.
Yes.
I'm logging back on.
Yo, I ran Raid Finder. I ran Raid Finder Natri on my shaman today. We're good.
We're changing the comp up, guys. Everyone, get your Death Knight, get your Shaman ready.
Got a Frost Death Knight.
Way ahead of you.
My
I
Death
have
Knight's a
jump.
Worgen.
Race change.
God, yeah, let's go back Alliance.
I actually missed my dwarf.
Same.
I miss my Night Elf.
Being thick as hell. That's all I want to do.
You missed your tentacles.
Yeah, there's no thick races on the Horde side.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely not.
At that point, you're just like a furry.
I don't think tentacles are furries. Pretty sure that's something else.
She's just a hippie. Living a free spirit life.
Alright, we're making an adjustment that's going to make a big difference, so.
She milks when she wants.
Yeah, so that's. I think that's what I watched non-monk tanks do as well, Sean, is they get knocked into the middle of the room with blood price, and then you just charge and quickly turn for the cleansing.
Okay. Yeah, something didn't seem right about the positioning here. I was like, there's got to be a way I can bring him out farther, so it doesn't fuck everybody. So I can do that.
Yeah.
It's just we'll need to watch out for the cone range.
It'll just be like first cleansing pain. You know, the boss is kind of here facing this way. Then when I drag him into the ads, do that, and then I just kind of run through him here and wait to get blood priced.
You get blood priced into the middle. Yes.
Cool. That's the piece I was missing.
Yeah.
That puts the boss about back to diamond-ish when he's ready for that second cleansing wave.
Yes.
Or, yeah. Good enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, that's sweet. I had to basically become Wayo's new cloak that last time. It did not work out well for me.
Or everyone can just run Necrolord so that they can survive the first cleansing pain. You know, they can't get through Fleshcraft. Everyone's ready. I don't even stand in the Spirit Link because I'm too alpha for that.
Do you want me to sack you on the second cleansing pain, Prog?
No, I just need to be smarter and hopefully end up not like right up next to somebody again. This should help a lot.
Night Hunters.
That's my bad. I didn't
that
Devo.
hurts. No, it's a combination of a few people, so that definitely helps a lot. That positioning is way better.
I also correctly pains up myself this time around too.
Cool.
Oh no.
So we're getting we're making improvements. That's what I like to see.
Might take a couple pulls to get the full nuance of it, but that felt a lot better too.
What I'd like to do is I'd like to use like Tuesday, Thursday this week to try to get like phase 1 down pat, and then have a quick like powwow like we did for SLG kind of before our raid on Sunday. Maybe get people online like 5:15, just hang out, discuss the fight. We can also just kill Sire on heroic and kind of go over a little bit of the positioning for phase 2.
Yeah, I know
Let's
that's
just kill the boss
what,
on Mythic.
I know 1% uses an empty heroic room to basically go over their movements in phase 3.
Yeah, we'll do that for phase 2 as well. So I think we'll probably do that next Sunday. Kind of just get through phase 1 of the fight for Tuesday, Thursday. That'd probably be a pretty decent goal.
Yo, does Hunter's Mark put me in combat?
No.
It does not.
I waited to see the boss get pulled by an auto shot.
Everyone's ready. Oh yeah, I definitely wanted to cast Healing Rain on the ceiling. Thank you, game.
2, 1.
Hunters. Star, you're... Oh, Star,
I
you wanna
bugged
go
out,
to
I
the
bugged
middle?
out, yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, I bugged
No, we're fine. We're fine. We're gaming. Okay, that's huge, Devo. Great play. Wow, we still... I guess we just didn't have enough people soak. Yeah, we should not have that many ads on the second set. That's
I got hit. That's my bad.
that's insane.
I think people aren't like moving out after the first soak. They're just staying in the same spot.
Yep.
You gotta like
Use the
move to the
blast.
side
Use
after
the
the
blast
first
to
one.
get out.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Like,
I ran the fuck out of there.
If you're soaking the first one but not the second one, just get to the side of the boss after the soak, like after Night Hunter, and then you will be knocked with blood price.
So Koreans and Uber, they soak down to 4.
Yeah,
on the
for some
first
reason
one.
I didn't get hit on the first one.
Yeah, I didn't get hit on the first one either.
And like the positioning of the cleansing is kind of on the tank, because especially for those of us in the back, we can't really see anything.
Yeah. Nah, I
Yeah,
feel
for
that.
sure.
That's extremely strange that if you're that tightly stacked, it only hit one of you.
Just a toe out of line.
It is only a range of 1 yard, so it's very tight.
Yes.
I think I may have taken a step off of Uber at the start of the fall. So I didn't see if he was on me.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to end up roughly where 10 and Bleak are right now. I don't think every time I've gone closer than that has been a problem. That's where I'm gonna end up. So hopefully there won't be anybody other than you hanging out right there.
Yeah, I have all nameplates enabled so I can see you specifically. And whoever I need to also need to see.
Okay, everyone's ready.
Five, four, three, two, one.
I still think we need to put like the boss on Diamond. I think we're kind of using a little bit too much space. Yeah, because we're getting ads literally like where we can't AoE them, and it's causing us to take a shit ton of extra damage. We can get her up.
Ah, crap. Yeah, it's really tricky aiming the blood price.
Yeah, that's why we're practicing. Julian, good job. Yeah, I see somehow Nozala's not getting hit at all. Like, maybe because she got rezzed, but
Yeah, that last
I think when
one
you die, you lose your debuff stacks or reset.
Yikes. Yeah, so if we spawn this many ads, we still need to have a healing cooldown or something available. Something big.
Maybe I'll save Rally for that one.
Yeah, I think we're just having people get hit that aren't supposed to get hit, or people stacking that aren't supposed to stack. You never know.
Yeah,
What's happening?
we should only be getting 6 ads there on the third one.
Yeah.
We got too many on the previous too. Like
Yeah, I mean, I was looking for the open spot between Y and then the back group, and there were so many people there. I'm like, okay.
Well,
It's all good.
I mean, Wayo said himself that that second one was a little bit scuffed.
Yeah. We'll do we're gonna do one more and then we'll call it a little bit early. I just wanna have more of a chance to kinda look into the fight and better set everything up. Also just everyone's had a little bit of a grueling multiple weeks on SLG, so
Get ready for it to be worse.
it'll be fine. This boss will be fine.
Oh, this boss looks
new.
like a lot of fun.
But I am, like I said, I am probably going to be moving a few people around on this boss, just changing it up a little bit. I definitely think we need, on the first one, the boss to be a little bit closer, like I mentioned. Maybe we'll move Diamond a little bit.
I will put the boss on diamond. It just means that whoever is the closest soak group forwards needs to make sure you're not close enough to splash me.
Yeah.
Or get splashed by me, rather.
And where you will need to stand in order to make sure that the boss is on diamond.
You can be pretty much right against the people in the back can be literally on the tips of this, like beside each other. So like if Revenge and Desire are standing, you know, kind of beside each other to soak, one of you can be here. You guys are spreading out a lot for the square in the back. So like it would be closer to being like here, and then Habit would be here. Yeah. Yeah. So something like that is closer to what you want to try to execute. I know it's pretty tight, but
and there's more lateral
that's,
space too.
That's much closer to what you want to try to do when you're soaking instead of what you were doing. Yeah, that's fine.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Holy fuck.
I think literally everyone.
Yeah.
was
I
in
went
that.
down to 1 stack.
Yeah.
Everyone was way too
That
close
was
because
a
the
little
boss
too
position.
tight, I think.
And I went down to 4. I should have
He
5
was-
at that point. So I think we were too close.
He
with
was
that
standing on
thing.
diamond.
Like, if he stands on diamond, like, we literally, the cone will hit from the left pillar to the right pillar, right? Like, that's how wide the cone is at its base. Like, there's no reason we can't literally have 4 people standing in a, like, left to right line on that back wall, totally, like, 1 yard away from each other, and not, like no splashing, nothing, gives people a little bit more vertical room.
Well, the reason we want people as close as possible without splashing,
Because
right?
we want to make sure that their things
add
spawn in a
basic
place we don't
concept,
die.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes
I
perfect
actually
sense.
like that idea though, is having like just the 4 people kind of like be like, you know,
Lex.
so like this person would be here.
I guess what I like the important part of what I was saying is there's more lateral space to work with to give us a little bit more opportunity to like keep things into a
I
better.
genuinely don't mind that idea.
Because that gives us enough time to actually
Small
back. We can back up just a little bit too, because like Freelink and 10 can be like here-ish at this point now.
Yeah, we'll do some theory Feelycraft. We'll call it for tonight.
Yeah.
We're gonna give everyone a little bit of an Earl.
I think placing our like defensive cooldowns as well further back than we have been will hit more people.
Yeah, well, it's a little bit tough, right? You want to
Totally.
try to hit as many people, and I'm trying to kind of give myself an opportunity to get into the defensive cooldown because I'm at full health and I just want to be able to distribute my sauce, my personal anima.
I like how everything's sauce now.
This isn't Bastion.
Right, GG everyone.
GG's all.
Good luck, SLG.
Also, Lex, I think I heard somewhere that AMZ hits us if we're in blood price. Apparently,
Yeah,
it's
I
got a
definitely want to
Z-axis
get.
thing.
I definitely want to get a Death Knight rolling in the group for sure.
Right, catch you cool kids later.
See you. Well, we got SLG down. Now we have to prog the last boss of the tier. Seems like there's a bit of team comp to go over and probably allocating raid defenses and externals and all that stuff going into Sire. Hopefully we'll have that sort of figured out and more people are well aware of what they're supposed to do in Sire. I mean, there's a bunch of available resources for so-and-so classes, perspectives, and POVs, so maybe people will brush up on it and give an idea of like what to do, when to put their CDs, and what to press defensively going into certain parts of the phase to make it a lot easier. Because I think just this night's polls, it just seemed like everyone was just like haphazardly pressing this or that if they weren't aware of what to do. But hopefully more people will be prepared going in to it on Tuesday and Thursday, so that we can go a little bit further than P1 on Sundays. But thanks for watching, and probably be back on reset day. See you.